Hello, I'm Marty Gute, and I'm running for Ashland City Commissioner. I'm presently a sitting city commissioner. I've been here for 12 years, and I'm seeking my 7th term as city commissioner. I grew up in Ashland all my life. I'm a lifelong resident. I'm 65 years old, and I went to Ashland schools, all through Ashland schools, and just decided to stay here. I hired on with Armco Steel, now AK, in 1973, and was there for nearly 20 years. Raised a family here. Me and my wife Sarah live here, and between the both of us, we have a total of 7 kids and 7 grandchildren. And it's been a pleasure serving here, and I have unfinished business. I want to see several projects that we have going here finished here in the city of Ashland. I love Ashland. I've served in various capacities all over town. I enjoy serving on 7 boards right now that I serve on, and I enjoy every day the job that they do, adding to the community. I've been on I'm currently on the Ashland Family Resource Center. Very active with Build Ashland. I partnered with the Ashland elementary schools to start Junior Build Ashland. They contacted me, a lot of the after-school teachers, and we formed Junior Build Ashland, and I just ran with the ball. And so I pick up their recycling every week at all the elementaries. Also, the high school started an environmental club that we're starting and picking up their recycling, and just good things happening all over the city as far as public service. I was past president of the dressing room. I serve on that board within the neighborhood. Ashland American Little League, I enjoy coaching young kids. Right now I'm coaching a little girls' 9 and 10-year-old softball team. I was past coach of an Ashland Junior Football League. Years ago I had a team called the Cowboys, and they're all grown and have children now. I'm a past member of the Rotary. I've been on the Breakfast Kiwanis Club, and now I'm with the Noon Kiwanis Club, and I just enjoy serving every day. It's just a pleasure, and there's a lot of good community projects going on right now that citizens can be involved in any capacity and any volunteer capacity. I am currently the pastor of the First Congregational Church of Cerrito, and our mission, one of our missions is Amy for Africa. And so we have an Amy for Africa run where a 5K run, the Steeplechase Amy for Africa run. And it all spills over into Ashland because we're Ashland people that have brought that over there. And so we're very community minded. And I have a past with the city. My dad was a business owner here for 75 years with Gute's Men's Shop. And so we're seeing a downtown revitalization right now. I'm very in love with the city, with downtown, because I grew up there. In any kind of political race, the bottom line comes down to it's the economy, stupid. And so we want to see jobs come to this area. Now, the government can't create jobs, but we want to make the atmosphere fertile to where they will move here and they will live here and bring families here. At the current right today, there are 2,470 business licenses that are active in the city of Ashland. So that means people are enjoying living here and doing business here. We have constructions going on several blocks of downtown. We have the Desco Federal Credit Union on 12th Street. We have the 16th Street Plaza that's being redone right now as we speak. We've had the riverfront trails. Take for instance, that was an idea that came to fruition, and now it's a blacktop trail, which is a quality of life thing. Our parks and recreation is a big thing. One of the Roger Brooks, his presentation when he came and talked about downtown revitalization, there was 10 things that we needed to do as a city. 9 of those were quality of life. Jobs was number 10. So we need to set the ground and make it fertile for people to move here. The things that I'm interested in is some of the drawbacks of these things, or helping with our opioid problem, our drug problem. And so the drug problem, the problem with homelessness, and the needy people that we have here, we're combating that as we speak with there's 15 different places I could send somebody right now for rehab. in this city. They're popping up different places all over the towns. We give licenses for these facilities. And so we want to help these people get off drugs and be productive citizens. We don't want to always hand out, we want to hand up. And so we want to help and work with the nonprofits in our city. One of the things the city does is we can't do it as a city entity, as a government entity, but we can work with 501c3 entities that are all over our town to help this. One of the things was the needy problem, the jobless program. We work with Ashland Alliance. We work with businesses all over town in trying to get people into jobs. And so there are jobs. If you get on Indeed and some of these places, there are jobs here in town. One of the things we're excited about, it was the recent announcement that Cleveland Cliffs was buying out the AK property. And so we're hopeful that will be an iron ore factory come here to Ashland. We're hopeful for Brady Industries if this internal struggle that we're seeing right now can be resolved and they can make a go out there. And so we want to have faith. We can't be Debbie Downers in this. We have to have faith in the people that are coming here and saying what they're gonna do is gonna come to fruition. The hotel was another thing. As a big shot in the arm. I spoke with business leaders downtown yesterday. A little girl that's opening up a bakery down here on Greenup. Michael Ann Miller is opening up the Mill Cafe and Bakery. E.B. Jividen is opening up and spending millions of dollars on the Murphy's building down there, and there are already businesses that are looking for that space. A new men's shop on 15th Street opened up, and the hotel bringing and with the new grant, the $6.8 million TIF grant that we got from the state that will demolish that old Ashland Oil building and bring a 1,000-seat convention center with a parking garage. That's always a shot in the arm. Dr. Howe across the street from Fat Patty's, revitalizing that into condos and business space. And so we're on the cusp of a lot of great things happening, and those are things that are near and dear to my heart. I think the biggest challenge for the city right now is our opioid problem that we have. The drug problem is also a crime problem because it goes hand in hand. We see this at the jail. We get numbers from the jail and from APD and the Boyd County Sheriff's Department on the reach that this problem has, and so it goes hand in hand. It affects every family in one way or another. Like I said before, we have 15 treatment centers within this area that we have called Ashland that we can try to help people get off drugs. And so it's a complex problem with no overnight answers. It takes everyone. It takes schools. It takes churches. It takes these nonprofit organizations all over town with the city's assistance to try to combat this problem. The commission works with nonprofits every day, and we recently went to a couple years back, we went to a neighborhood watch. Neighborhood watches are popping up all over the city, and we went to one in East Ashland. We listen to the voices of the people in that neighborhood, and since then we received a grant to we can put a substation up there on 30th and Railroad Street that's going to be operable in about a month or two. It comes in as a prefab building. It will house the police in that area on 30th and Railroad in the East Ashland. It'll house the police, also code enforcement people that are violating different code enforcement ordinances. They won't keep the property up, or it's damaged or dangerous to the neighborhood. And it'll also have a playground out back. And so I think it's important that you listen to the citizens of a certain neighborhood. I'm all over the city every day. I use this as a full-time job. And I drive my truck around the neighborhoods, and I want to listen to what citizens have to say and try to help them with their problems. Sometimes it isn't a city problem. Sometimes it's a civil problem that they have to fill. But if we as a city have an ordinance where we can help somebody, we want to step in and do that. But I think the drug and the crime problem goes hand in hand, and then homelessness comes off of that. We can try our best as a city to work with different entities to try to help that. That will be our biggest challenge, because it's not just a city challenge, it's a state challenge, it's a nationwide problem. I'm totally committed to the city of Ashland. I have been all my life. My platform has never changed. It's something that I work on every day. My platform is also the duties that we perform as city commissioners. The first duty is to provide good, efficient services to the citizens of Ashland: water, sewer, police and fire, all the services that people enjoy in the city of Ashland. That's the first responsibility, is to provide good services. The second responsibility is to provide an atmosphere that will create economic development and bring business to the city. Right now there's 2,470 active business licenses in the city of Ashland, and we're adding to that every week. The third responsibility is to have a well-equipped, a well-compensated workforce. Our employees are our greatest asset to the city of Ashland. To take care of our employees, because our employees are accountable to us and accountable to the citizens also. To have them well compensated, well equipped, and well informed. And that's my pledge to you.